the baby to bed and fell asleep in the bed. And when I woke up, it was already over, I'm pretty sure. Or I was incoherent. I was just like, you know what? I'm going straight to my own bed. And that's what I did.
They stole it. They fucking stole it.
Well, I was going to say, man, because when I left the game, it was the first quarter. There was like 2 minutes left. And it was like, I don't know, 11. Well, they tied it up. It was like 10-10. Then I felt like Thunder took over for a bit. I don't remember exactly what the score was, but they were ahead by a couple buckets.
Pacers did not lead once in the whole game until there was with .03 seconds left. They finally took the lead by 1 point. It was the fucking craziest shit, dude. I tuned in the fourth quarter. And I was like, OKC is heavily favorited. But I was like, the first game that I watched was the Knicks versus Pacers, and it was like the same shit. The Pacers came back. But how it happened, and I was listening to it. I wasn't watching it. It was just crazy, man.
Well, when I saw the score, like I said, I was like, man, I feel bad that I missed it now because, like, it was probably a crazy game. Like you said, they weren't leading at all until the very last, less than a second.
I couldn't believe it. And the bullshit that I was watching, it was a Oklahoma City radio broadcast, but then there were like scorecard on the screen, and there's a delay. Like, I'm pretty sure that the live TV version is on a delay too, but there's definitely a delay for the radio broadcast, and it wasn't synced up with the graphics on the screen. The graphics on the screen, I think, were live, or as live as you could get. So I saw the score before it happened. I was like, what the fuck is happening? It was like 111, 110.
Yeah, that's so wild.
It was very cool. Good,
Well,
good basketball, good sports.
when's the next game? Do you know?
I have no idea. Nothing invested in it whatsoever. Didn't watch one single
Dude, you got me hyped about it.
regular season game. But, yeah, man. It's just awesome to watch.
Well, they're playing with everything they got at that point. Like those first 50 games, what does that even mean? Probably not much.
Right. But this is everything.
Yeah, it's
So-
crazy. And those dudes are young. Like, it's weird to think that
So young.
they're like 20s and they're out there like, dude, that's insane. What was I doing at 25? Not winning NBA championships.
The level of basketball that they're playing, too, is just...
Mm-hmm.
It's insane. It's something I don't think that a regular... It's fucking magical. I don't think that a regular person could understand it. Yeah, it's pretty impressive shit. I like it.
I mean, it's definitely fun to watch. I can't keep up with all those games, though. That's the problem. You know what I
No.
mean? Like, one great game, though, it's almost like baseball, too.
Heck yeah.
You know, you watch one great baseball game, you're like, whoa, this is okay. I see why people like this. But the vast majority of the games are just, you know, la da da, like they're just walking through the steps, kind of.
True. If the Pacers would have lost last night, I would not be talking about this.
Right. I wouldn't be talking about it either. Like I said, I checked the score and I was like, I knew you were at least going to listen to it, so I knew you'd know what was going on there.
Yeah, man. I don't know what's happening in the Stanley Cup. I was trying to watch the recap of that. I heard the game one was pretty intense.
Do you have
I only
any-
got enough room in my head for one sports competition. It's fucked. It's fucked. When I was young, I don't feel like I had this problem, and in fact, I had the opposite of this problem. Now, in my brain, it feels like there's a certain amount of space, and there's only so much shit that can go in there. But whenever I was younger, it felt like,
Well, you had more room then.
yeah,
Like, you don't have as much room left now. You've seen a lot of things. You've heard a lot of songs, seen a lot of shows, movies, everything you can think of that we've consumed in our lives, and it's all just, you know, it's up there.
It's like my fucking iPhone. Uh, it's sluggish because, like, especially with the podcast, because everyone is like an hour of video.
Yeah.
It's taking up the storage, and it's exactly what it's like, dude. The performance, it's not there.
Well, it's only got so much room to remember things. Like that's.
But see,
There it
the
is.
nice thing with the iPhone, even though it's a pain in the ass, I can go back and delete shit.
Right. Once we upload it, we can delete that shit. We can't delete our brains. You ain't deleting memories, are you? What's that movie? Eternal Sunshine for the Spotless Mind. They figured out some way to delete memories. Imagine if you could wipe yourself back to a baby. Like, I mean, okay, maybe we don't want to go to a baby because then you can't eat or talk or any of that or walk.
I don't know where I would go back to. Quite honestly, I don't know if that's something I would like. But that movie, I have movie amnesia, as we all know. But I've watched that movie so many times in my mid-20s that a lot of it stuck.
It's a crazy concept. Like, he's just trying to erase his old lady or whatever. But, like, what if you tried to erase yourself? Like,
It's fucked.
yeah, that's crazy.
Have you ever seen Being John Malkovich?
Yeah. Dude, that's a crazy movie, too. They're all him, especially when he, like, whenever he goes in himself, you know? Like, each one of them becomes him. And then when he finds the door, everyone's him. It is the wildest thing. Seen Lady Malkovich's.
Bro, who's the main character? Lloyd?
I'm trying to remember. I know it was Cameron Diaz.
It's Lloyd from Say Anything.
I don't think I ever seen that.
What?
Yeah.
He's fucking holding up the boombox.
Yeah.
It's a 80s it's a 80s
is it John Cusack?
John Cusack.
There we go.
Yeah, he's a puppeteer.
Yeah, no.
No, that's in Being John Malkovich.
Yeah, I missed that one. The puppeteer part, yeah. But not the holding up the boombox. That was the
Yeah,
holding
Say Anything.
Okay, yeah.
Uh,
I'll have to look it up because people will be pissed.
yeah, people would be pissed, dude. That's like a cultural thing
Yeah,
that.
that's one of those ones.
But what's funny is that I couldn't tell you about it, even though I've seen it 100 times. It's weird. John Cusack is the shit.
Yes.
Joan Cusack is also low-key comic genius. I always thought she was cool. I thought it was weird that they were brother and sister. Charlie Kaufman, the guy who wrote Being John Malkovich with Spike Jonze, I really got into his shit for a while. He did this other one. I think this was his first movie that he wrote and directed, maybe, called Adaptation. It's about orchid thieves in Florida.
Orchid thieves?
Yeah, like
Stealing flowers?
poaching orchids.
What?
Orchids.
Is there a market for that?
Yeah, dude. There's a fucking yeah.
And where do you take? Are they wild? Or like, you know what I mean? Like, is it growing wild, or are they going to like someone's gardens?
Swamps, like Florida.
Okay, so maybe it's illegal to get them.
Yeah,
you're not
they're
supposed to be picking them.
Protected species.
Dude, that's crazy. So there's some rich people that are like, give me that swamp orchid. I want it.
Ghost orchid.
Yo, straight up.
The elusive ghost orchid.
If there's something that somebody will always want it. Does that seem weird?
Yes, especially if it's rare.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if it's what humans consider rare. That's what people want. The rareness. It's weird. I listened to this podcast about the same thing except with butterflies. I might have been telling you about that.
I don't think so.
Yeah, man, the fucking butterfly collectors market.
Like, alive? I was gonna say, like, you can't. I mean, they don't live that long, do they?
No, it's fucked.
So they're just putting them on glass,
Catching them. Yeah, they're catching them, doing whatever they do to preserve them, and then how they do it with insects is they pin them to like fucking whatever. It's weird, man, because you are actively hunting for the insect, like with a net, and then you're stoked. But the reason you're stoked is because you're gonna kill it and then put a pin in it.
Yeah.
I can appreciate the beauty of a butterfly. Like I just rode past one this morning. It was very nice. It was like a swallowtail. Yeah, it's a weird thing. I want that for my collection.
You know, well, the guy that started Pokemon, that's why he started Pokemon, because he was collecting bugs.
Ah,
You know, so then it became like, gotta collect them all. But, like, that's a crazy thing when you're talking about living things.
yeah, man.
It's different when it's a card with a picture on it. You're like, I'm gonna catch all of every kind of bug there is and put it on a board.
Hey, I didn't see the pokey people.
I didn't either. You're right. I wasn't paying attention though, but they might not be here today. Maybe there's no Pokemon today. Maybe GameStop is finally closing down. There might have been a riot from the release of the Switch 2. I heard something on Elliot this morning. They were like, they took the receipt and stapled it to the box. Okay, but the box is so thin that they stapled it right into the screen. So there was a rack of people who got home with stapled up screens. I mean, I don't know how true that is. It was from Elliot in the morning, but
That's a strong stapler or a weak screen.
well, they were saying, like Tyler was saying on there, that there were complaints about the packaging because the screen was so close to the outside of the box
Yeah,
in the first place.
that's an oversight.
I don't know. I'd be pissed off though if I got a brand new, like you're waiting, you pre-ordered it, and now you pick it up and it's got a giant crack in it.
Oh yeah, boy.
They were like, they had to send people to Target to buy more or something to replace them.
Damn, don't ever buy a first gen console, in my opinion, unless you just intend to leave it in a box and then sell it later. Because nowadays, I feel like you're the first production round is like the beta test.
It's just a trial.
Xbox 360, boy.
Oh man, hell yeah, Red Ring of Death.
And I was in my fucking mid-20s, dude. I had disposable income like,
Well, that's who those things are made for mostly.
oh, it's,
The target market.
yeah, so I fucking broke one by another, break that by another. Oh,
Yeah, man. 360s were junk. They're still kind of junk. Original Xbox was built like a brick. That thing was dope.
yeah, dude. That shit was built like a brick.
You couldn't break it. I mean, you could mess up the disc tray, I guess, because it had one that slid out. But
Hey, they never
it
did
was a
like
tank.
a Xbox Slim, did they?
No.
They never changed that, did they?
No, they never did, because the amount of money that they put into launching the original, like, it was astronomical money. They were losing $50 per Xbox.
Bro, it could have failed.
And that too. Like, they're lucky that they did a good job building the shit, and then they made Halo games. Like, Halo
Changed.
was crazy addictive. Imagine if you could have had microtransactions back
Ooh.
then.
Oh my gosh,
Dude, well, man, it's a digital gold mine for these people. And I try to tell my son, like, hey, look, this is a waste of money. You know, like, a little bit here and there is okay because you want to spice up your game or whatever. But, like, it's just, it's nothing.
Yeah, it's nothing, and I don't like it.
I mean, I guess you could look at it as buying art. You know what I mean? Like, that'd be one way to look at it, right? Like, you're buying artwork from someone, you know, but, like, it's mass produced and you're getting, like, how many other million people are getting that same piece of art, you know?
Well, what about, like, buying a song, like purchasing an MP3? Kind of the same. If you're getting some type of entertainment value from it.
Okay, but I feel like the MP3 people aren't pushing your dopamine the same way the microtransaction people are. Like, they're making it so much more enticing. It's almost like
Yeah.
a casino.
When I if I was buying music like that, I wouldn't buy a file and then be like, oh my god, I gotta buy more.
Yeah, right.
I need more music.
Yeah, right. And I
But
mean,
with the fucking Robux, whatever that shit's called.
Yeah,
Roblox?
Yeah, it's Robux.
It's Robux on
Roblox.
Roblox.
Yes.
That shit's addictive, and he don't even know what he's doing. Like, back in the day, whenever he would spend his money on that, spend my money on that, he'd be like, Dad, look what I got. Look at this finishing move.
Yeah.
Look at this skin. But Robux, I don't know what the fuck he's doing. Buying a funky, a retarded emote.
Yeah, well, okay, so does it make a difference that Roblox is like 2D? I mean, it's 3D, but like it's blocky, so it doesn't look like you said. Like Call of Duty looks real, so like you're like, wow, that is cool, you know? Like,
Maybe.
what is
that
our
has something to do
measurement
with
of
it.
what's cool?
Well, I'll tell you, Call of Duty had a whole fucking team of people working on that shit for years. This Roblox game is one dork sitting in his fucking basement copying and pasting shit in the little game maker, whatever it is. I don't know what it is.
Well, yeah, because the users make the games, right?
Users make the games, and there's the in-game currency, Robux. Like, if you buy something from a game from a creator, they are paid in Robux. No one's making any money off that game, dude. What?
Except for the people selling the Robux.
Yeah, dude.
That's bizarre. Imagine if, okay, yeah, but you can't trade the Robux back. I'm like, what if we could buy a bunch of them and, like, speculate on them shits? Like we Robux speculators, we're gonna wait years to get the money.
Well, look, here's how we could do it. If you start accepting Robux as a form of payment, absolutely, dude. Then there would be Robux futures.
It's like Bitcoin, essentially, inside of a game, but you can't get your money back.
I'm gonna start letting my customers know. They
pay us in Robux. Be like, you can tip us in Robux. It's non-refundable.
Yes.
Yeah,
I do accept Robux.
That's your retirement plan, is to speculate on Robux going up. Everything's going to go up now, so then we could sell Robux to anonymous buyers. Be like, you want some Robux on the cheap, a little cheaper than they are now, because you got to pay $50 for a 10 when you used to pay 20 for 10, right? So then you would have to sell illicit Robux on the dark web.
I manage a hedge fund made up entirely of fucking billions of Robux.
Or other in-game currencies. If we're starting a hedge funds, you might as well branch out, expand your portfolio.
V-Bucks.
Get some V-Bucks.
COD points.
Because eventually, right, like with inflation, if we hoarded them, and the game never went out of business.
This depends on the servers staying up forever.
This is a lot of speculation. Okay, we're like, okay, if we buy all the in-game currencies and we hoard them, and then wait till inflation hits again in 20 years, or 10, or however long, and then we sell them for a little more than what we bought them for, we're making money.
Okay, yes, what we could do is just build a bunch of Roblox accounts and just buy a shitload of Robux, put a bunch of Robux on each one, and then sell off the accounts. How much I'm going to have to do some research, but V-Bucks had to be cheaper, right? You probably were getting more bang for your V-Buck.
Than on your Robux?
Back in the day. Like
oh, yeah, that's what I mean.
2017 or whenever that shit came out.
Yeah, so you could probably pay $5 for the same amount you pay $10 for now.
Yeah, so back in the day, back in 2017, you create a new Fortnite account, fill her up with 10,000 V-Bucks or whatever, 100,000 V-Bucks, just sit on it until 2025. Now look.
Dude. Okay, so maybe we need to get on the ground floor of a new game so we could be guaranteed it won't go out of business by the time we can sell them. I mean, you're right. That's actually genius idea because there's no other way we could sell them. You just sell the accounts, like you said. You just put a little, well, not a little, but like, let's say if you put $100 on each one, and then later down the line you sold each one of them for $150.
Even if you didn't put money on them, what if you just, if there was a way to grind out a character and, I don't know, just make him like awesome from the rip. It has to be worth something to people. Instead of, oh, I'm sure it is, dude. Instead of spending all that time yourself, hours and days,
Well, people do that, don't they?
I guess they do. But if there's a way you could figure out how you could just,
How you can market that, you know? Because like, how do you find a buyer? Be like, I have built the most ultimate character, you know, and then you have to sell it. But people do it. I mean, I've heard of it happening. Just seems like an odd transaction to be like, yo, you want to sell that character? I need a little something in my life. You know, like,
yeah, that's a world I don't want to step into.
dark alleys of the fucking underground internet.
Yeah.
End up in some back room somewheres.
Playing Magic.
You know what I mean? Like, you want this or not?
Man, Magic the Gathering cards do nothing for me.
No, zero.
I don't think those, yeah.
But the people who are about it, just like Pokemon. Card people or something. Like, they got cards that are worth $100,000 in Magic.
I know, man. And then I'll see it, and I'll be like,
Yeah, it's just a playing card, but it's because there's only like 100 of them or however many there are. It's the rarity shit. People think something's rare, man. Like, if you got cat turds out of your litter box and polished them up and said, these are rare, something, you know, some asshole would be like, oh, I got to have that. Like, you just bought a cat turd, but who cares? If you say it's rare, they'll buy it. You can trick people into that all day.
oh, yeah.
Like diamonds, get out of here. Diamonds are not rare at all. We've just been tricked into thinking they are. Diamond Cartel's going to get me now. Like, we heard some guy talking.
They're coming for you.
Dude, that's wild though, but they do. Like, if you were to try to, like, because for me, I'm just one little dude. They can be like, he's full of shit. But if it's some big guy in a company, like, imagine if some high-ranking executive from De Beers came out and was just like, no, there's diamonds everywhere. We are hoarding them, you know, like, because they're just keeping them to keep, you know, artificial rarity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck diamonds. It's dumb.
It is dumb, but we like shiny shit.
We do like shiny shit.
I don't know what it is. I like looking at a diamond. I'll be like, look at that. That thing's sparkling, shining.
It is cool, dude.
Especially if somebody has a big-ass chain with a whole bunch on there. You're like, dang, that dude's rich. What is that? Why are we like that?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Birds like shiny shit, too. It's weird. I like gold. I don't wear any. If I had some, I probably would.
Yeah, me too. That's so funny. Well, doesn't gold come from space only? Like, diamonds are made here, but I think gold only ever came from space, so it had to come.
Space gold.
Yeah, it has to come from like an asteroid or a comet or
I
any
didn't know
meteorites. Like, I'm pretty sure it has to, like, any of that, because on Earth we've only ever mined like 80 tons of gold or something. Like, it's not a lot. It's enough to fill 2 Olympic-sized swimming pools.
Oh my god, dude. That's not very much.
That's all the gold we got in the whole Earth. That's why it works for what it does. You know what I mean?
God dang, it's everywhere though. It feels like.
Yeah, but that's because they like pound it thin and mix it with other shit. So like most of the gold that we see, 10 karat, 12 karat. You know what I mean? Pure gold's 24 karat, and most shit because it isn't strong enough. So if you tried to make, you know, a pure gold necklace, it would probably snap on you if you weren't
Right.
careful.
It's too soft.
Yeah. So like I don't know. It's just weird though.
But
Yeah.
you can cook it. You can cook it back down. That's the crazy shit about gold, is that you can cook it back down and take those other metals out.
Mm-hmm.
Gold is pretty cool, dude.
Yeah, it's super cool and it's conductive and all this type of shit. Like it has properties to it. And I was like, if it came from space, then do we really know where it comes from? Like most of the things on Earth, I guess, had to also come from space, right? Like iron bits, you know, aluminum, all the elements, I guess, right? Are they all is that all from space? And I guess technically everything's from space because Earth is in space. But you understand what I mean? Like collisions with the Earth.
Right, like no native. We have no native elements. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I never heard that, but that makes sense.
I mean, metals, I guess, because gases would just have to be here.
But like, what about salt, sodium?
I guess I don't know. I guess that's naturally occurring on Earth.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know very many of them.
Yeah, no. I've seen the table of the elements.
I do
Memorize
not
it.
know what it looks like in my head.
Well,
I never memorized it. Are you crazy?
there's 115 elements, and if you can remember them all, good on you.
Yeah,
I can't remember all the presidents. There's only been 47.
I can do that, but only because I learned it in a song in 4th grade.
I mean, I can get close. I could probably name 35 of them, but there's some Millard Fillmores and stuff in there. I'm gonna miss Zachary Taylor.
Fillmore, Pierce, Buchanan, Lincoln, Johnson, Grant, Hayes. It'll be there forever.
Yeah, see, Johnson, I probably would have missed, just because some of those names aren't memorable. Like
The
Van
song only
Buren.
went up to who was Carter? It only went up to Carter.
He's like, who was it? Carter.
But by the time we were singing it in my school,
Yeah.
I think we were on Bush, like the first Bush, so we had to add 2 presidents to the end of it, like really fast.
And Reagan and Bush.
Yeah,
That's awesome. Reagan and Bush. People miss those times. Like, well, is it always simpler times though, right? Like, if that was simpler times, Carter, Reagan, Bush, like that had to be easiest America right there. Like easiest American times of all time, all the way up to Clinton. From
Yeah,
like Carter
man.
to Clinton, that had to be the easiest time in America. There was no draft. There was no like, you know what I mean? People just did whatever the fuck they wanted to do.
Cold War was the only threat, and that was just like a fucking thing you didn't ever see. It was just paranoia. I would have to say so. I would have to agree. I don't know, because my perspective I lived in that time, and my perspective from that time is I was a kid. So it was easy for me. It felt very different than it does now. Things, as I got older, it felt like things got more complicated, but you're getting older and shit is getting more complicated.
Well, 9/11, dude.
I just started watching on Netflix, and I don't usually, but I went for fucking tires, which I didn't watch yet.
I watched the first couple episodes. It's good. It's not, I don't know. It's more storytelling, I think, now with them jokes in the middle. Like the shit's getting thicker, if you will, which I like.
Yeah, that's cool. That's the logical.
Well, we were saying that sitcoms are like dying and shit, but like this is a sitcom. It
Mhm.
counts.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, it's a good one.
There's also another one called. Yeah, you're right. It's just a different. We're just getting it a different way. Mount Mystic Rangers. You should check that out. But what was I fucking saying?
Oh, you were watching a documentary on Netflix or something? You went there
Yeah.
for tires and then got,
Fucking Osama bin Laden hunt for it.
bro,
Osama bin Laden.
what's on those hard drives? Like, no shit. Dude had mad computers full of, you know, everything you can think of.
I like how they were like, we knew it was him.
Only 6 foot dude over there.
We
He's
knew it was
giant.
him. As soon as the fucking planes hit, it only took us like 36 minutes to figure out it was this motherfucker. Well, yo. And then they show a map of like all these other little things he did across the world, like bombs and blowing up shit. I don't know, dude.
It's not
It all
even-
feels fucked.
It is. He was the patsy, man. He was the patsy. That's how they do it. Like
Right.
that's it. You know.
What fucking CIA bullshit was happening? That's what I really wanted to know.
There you are. Well, months before,
Yeah, he's a patsy.
what's his name? Who was the vice president? Dick Cheney. He wrote a thing, and inside of it, he said that there had to be another Pearl Harbor for people to unite behind a common enemy. And like,
It's fucked.
and that dude, man, I don't know if you ever seen the movie Vice with Christian Bale. I know it's a movie or whatever, but
I
like,
fucking love the dude who plays Bush, Sam Rockwell. He's one of my favorite actors, but I've never seen that movie.
well, it basically just like, man, he had like, in my mind, just my own opinion, that he was the one who let it happen.
Cheney.
Yeah, I think he was like, cause you know how they do, like to authorize it. Like he was in charge of all of that. Like Bush was just like, cause when he in the movie at least he says like, I'll be in control of defense, and like Bush was like, yeah, you can do that, no problem, you know. So here we are, and then you let something like that happen. CIA clearly funds coups all the time in other countries. So if you went to say Iran or Iraq or wherever, and you gave a bunch of dudes money and brought them to the U.S. and let them train for flying planes and stuff, and then you also on the side of that had people covertly plant bombs inside of these buildings to bring them down because you want to minimize casualties. You know, no planes, no buildings fall like that. Period. And it happened twice right beside of each other. Like that's the crazy. That's part of that two truths and a lie. Like if you stick a lie in the middle of some truth, because man, we watched it happen with our own eyes, right? Like we all watched it fall down. How could two buildings fall in the exact same way?
Yeah, so controlled it seemed like. So
You know-
such like fucking straight down, boy.
Yeah. And they're gonna put that on Bin Laden. Like it couldn't have been solely him. Like Bin Laden was planning that, and he probably was because Bin Laden hated America. Why is that? Because we kind of left him high and dry with the Russians.
But we did give them like billions and billions of dollars.
I can't remember what his problem was. I think it was that he wanted it to be an Islamic state, and we were trying to make it democratic. Like, you know, we were trying to put our morals onto them over there. So he like rebelled because his dad was like a contractor who
Half of Saudi Arabia.
who rebuilt everything after wars would happen and stuff. So dude got pissy and death to America or whatever. At least that's what they tell us.
Dude, imagine some funky fucking militant in the woods in West Virginia masterminding some terrorist attack in the Middle East. I mean, that's the same thing, right?
Not necessarily, because he wasn't just a hillbilly. His family was super rich. So he had money. You know what I mean? Like, it had to be some rich kid
Okay, so
in that urban setting, maybe, who rebelled against that and went to the woods.
I just look at him like he's a hillbilly because the way he's always
Well,
in the fucking desert dressed
He's
up.
always hiding in caves and look. Yeah, agreed. I always thought that too. I was like, man, this guy, like, he's wearing sandals and shit. Like, you don't even got shoes on. You know, you can't afford shoes. Like, no, that's just the way they roll around there. It turns out, and so turns out his family is fucking loaded. Okay, so it had to be like some spoiled rich, like Yale kid. You know, because I don't know if they sent him to foreign schools and shit like that, you know, but
I don't know.
I mean, his dad was a millionaire. So you got to figure he had some money to be able to run Al Qaeda. Like, who else is supporting that, you know, aside from, like, I guess, you know, people paying them intimidation tax and stuff like that. They toll the roads. Be like, you want to come through here? It's $12.
America needed not only a country or a people to blame, they needed a face to go with that. And I was 21 or 22, so I was very aware of what was happening. But I remember feeling like the words Al Qaeda and Bin Laden just came out of nowhere.
think you're right. It kind of did because, well, Ralphie May had a bit about that. He's like, in the 90s, everybody was getting along. All races were working together. He's like, and then 9/11 happened, and now it was black, white, and brown versus a new kind of brown. You know, and like
No shit.
it's a total like mind flip because we were in the Cold War. That ended 10 years before this happened.
Right.
They needed time to get us ready for the next whatever, you know what I mean, boogeyman or whatever, because they used to make us scared that, you know, Gorbachev or Khrushchev or whoever it is going to drop nukes. And now they needed something new, which was terror, because nuclear war was over.
No shit, dude. Now we had to be scared of terror.
Yeah, well, yeah, we need something new to be afraid of, right? Because proliferation, right? They wanted to stop making warheads and do away with all this nuclear activity. Like, we are not even allowed to, like, do above ground nuclear tests now. I mean, I don't know if you're allowed to do it below ground, but I know countries, like, we signed treaties that no one's going to test atomic bombs ever again because we've irradiated the entire Earth. Well, we still have 1,000 nuclear warheads each, I'm pretty sure. We have like 2,500, and they have, you know, it's thousands.
I don't really know what's going on inside of a nuclear warhead. I mean, I know that there's a small amount of radioactive material, and they're smashing the atoms together somehow.
I don't know if they come together or if they pull it apart. Like, is it splitting the atom? But yeah, I have limited knowledge of that also. I just know that it makes a lot of energy all at one time when it happens, and it's something that's insane, you know, and they measure it in kilotons and megatons and stuff like that. And the measurement that they're going against, like when they say 1 kiloton, that would be the same amount of energy as 1,000 tons of TNT.
Damn.
So if they say 10 megatons, that's like 1,000,000 tons of TNT or something, right? Because megabyte's 1,000 kilobytes, right? So that's 1,000 thousand. So that's that's 1,000,000.
What's the smallest nuclear reaction that you could make, do you think?
I think some kid tried to take because like inside of your smoke detector, there's a little tiny atom that's radioactive that senses smoke or whatever. So if that thing stops moving back and forth, that's how it knows to go off. So some dude went and bought a bunch of smoke detectors and tried to build a little nuclear reactor in his garage, you know? So maybe that.
Like, I would just like to see a little pop.
You're saying like those little fireworks we get? It'd be like, we got nuclear fireworks this year. They're very small, don't worry.
Bang snaps.
Yeah, until somebody, until it rocks the wrong way and you blow up your neighborhood. Like, turns out these things were not fully tested. No, you could never do that because the radiation would make you sick.
Yeah, but so can you take anything that's radioactive? Take the atoms from any element that's radioactive and smash them and create a reaction like that? Because I'm thinking about what's that shit called? They painted the watch dials with it back in the 50s, and the girls got sick.
Oh yeah. What was that called? Radium?
Radium.
Is that what it was?
I think it's radium.
Stuff that glows. And they would all be licking the thing.
Licking the brush.
Yeah, to make a fine, Yeah, dude, that's wild too. But yeah, we learned that. Can't.
But that'd be cool if you could take 2 little radium particles and it would just be like a glow.
Well, see, then people be using that to light their house. Like, just to make, dude, any way we could sell it, but you can't. Like, I think that's another thing about it. They tried selling it.
Yeah, man.
Like, they tried selling it to us. And, like, radioactive cars, like.
Yeah, that's what Fallout is, dude.
Yes, where they went with it.
Uh-huh.
And then.
It's weird looking.
Dude, we're watching the show, man, when they dropped the bomb on them. And everybody's just, like, at a cocktail party. And they're having a good time.
That's so intense, dude.
Yeah, well, where do you go then? There's no place to go. Like, those people, they had underground bunkers there, but, like, it's a TV show. If you were in real life, you'd have been smoked already. The blast would have got you.
Where would we go right now?
Yeah, nowhere.
Dude, people would be at Site R.
Knocking on the gate, like, let us in there.
Where would we go, dude? Were we just saying there's a fallout shelter?
Well, the bank has a fallout shelter in there, but I don't think it's stocked with a bunch of food or anything. Probably it's just for the initial blast, and then I guess we're coming out.
Oh, yeah.
You have to hope that never fucking happens, and I don't think it will.
I know where some caves are. Then you'd have to get a big old lead door, stick on top of it.
And we'd have to run electricity in there, stuff like that, because caves are so dark. You ever been in a cave and some dude turns off the light?
Oh, yeah, it's the worst.
There, Penn's cave, and dude's like, I'm just gonna show you how dark it is in here, and he turns the light off, and it is heavy. Like, you feel like it's pressing on you, how dark it is in there.
Like, yeah, dude. Especially if you're like, if you've gone down into a cave and like you're vaguely aware of how you got to where you're at.
Oh, that's so scary.
Yeah, and you had to squeeze through some shit. And then the lights go out, and then you start thinking, then you start wondering if you
That
should have
makes
went down here or not with your fucking, batteries in your flashlight. You just start thinking, oh, I'd be fucked. I'd be a little bit fucked.
Dude, cave stuff gives me such anxiety because, man, like, there's this dude that got wedged in a small spot, and, like,
I like that
man,
dude.
just can't get out. And, like, the more he tried to breathe, like, the tighter it gets, and, oh, man, well, because the dude was cave diving, and he was going downward, like, it was facing down, so gravity is pulling you down, and they tried getting him out, and, like, he was just like, I love you all, goodbye, kind of thing, like.
Fuck that.
And then they
dude.
just sealed it off. Dude's just in there for all time.
Damn.
Couldn't get him out. It's so crazy. Or those Boy Scouts, I don't remember where exactly they were, but they went in that cave and they were in there for like 2 weeks because they went in there and there was no water in there, and then the tide came. Like, the next time low tide is who knows, months from now. So they had to figure out how to some plan to get scuba gear in there and scuba them out one by one.
Thailand or somewhere.
Yeah.
I remember watching the video of the rescue. It's pretty.
It's intense.
Mm-hmm.
But
Imagine. Ugh, no thanks, dude. I can understand. When I was a younger man, I wanted to explore and I wanted to see what was on the other side. Not so much now.
Agreed.
I still want to go in caves, but I wouldn't put myself in compromising positions.
Well,
Fuck
you can
that.
see many more steps ahead now than you could then. You know, those people are psychopaths. They don't care if they die in a cave. I mean, until they're dead in a cave. Then they care, you know? You're like, I'm stuck, I'm effed. And you're like, yeah, you are. Like, that's what happens.
And the underwater caves, fuck, man.
Yeah, no. That's, like, they make those where there's a rope, right? Like if it's a well, you know, like a lot of people go in there, it's like a thing people do. There's a rope there. But those people that go in there where they've never been, like, unexplored underwater cave, are you out of your mind completely? Are those people completely freaking nuts? Because you wouldn't know which way is up and down. Like, in those things, you don't know if you're which way's up and which way's down. The only way to tell is, like, the air bubbles. Like, if you pull your air out and let it bubble, you'll see the bubbles going up, right?
Dude.
But you could be you could be swimming down thinking you're going up.
Dude, and if the water gets stirred up.
Yeah, bro, it is wild business. Like, those people, they're completely crazy. Because you're down there, you're done, you're cooked. Like, that's it. If you get stuck down there, there's no air. Like, at least if you're in a dry cave, you could live till someone comes to find you. So, like, it's not a search and rescue anymore. It's a recovery.
Have you ever played BioShock?
I played the first one a little.
That's a pretty interesting premise too, that I'm sure that people have thought about trying to live under the sea.
I mean, there's a few examples I know in real life, but it's like a gimmick, like where it's a restaurant underwater or
That's the
some
only
shit
thing I could
or
think
some
of.
shit like that.
The underwater restaurant.
But yeah, trying to do that in real life, real time, because like especially the way that's based, they were deep underwater in there,
Deep underwater,
and
man.
stuff is leaking.
I don't like that
You know,
pressure.
I forget why they went down there. It was like to create a new world or something.
Hmm.
It's weird, and then you have to shoot up different chemicals, don't you, to get different powers,
Yeah.
and it's all like steampunk type shit. It's pretty good. As
Yeah.
far as what I remember, it's a
It
good
was
game.
good.
Till
I
that
liked
big
it.
ass thing, that big ass guy in the suit comes to get you. Dude, he
Big Daddy.
killed me so many times.
It was weird. It's like took little girls and like you could save them or you could sacrifice them. And then there are these. Yeah, man, I should go back and revisit that game. Kind of weird.
Yeah, man. Wonder if Bin Laden played that game. Think old Bin Laden.
Did
Dude,
he, did he have a console?
I don't know. I know he had hard drives. They talk about that on the internet quite a bit. I've seen several little things, little documentaries. I haven't watched them all, but it'll just pop up there. What were on Bin Laden's hard drives? And they show pictures of the Pink Panther back there and stuff like this. Like he was watching American cartoons and stuff and listening to music. Like watching movies.
Fucking 2000s internet sucked.
Yes,
He
it
was
did.
watching some low quality shit.
Well, it was hard drives, so he probably got couriered in everything by
yeah,
thumb
yeah.
drive. That way, you didn't have any internet connection because people could trace that. So it was like just him. So he had to have some secret guy bring him, like, here's the thumb drive, boss. You know.
Yeah, man, my homie back in the day, that like around the same time, would just load up a hard drive full of fucking music and shows and shit, and just send it to me. It's pretty cool.
But
So
yeah,
me and Bin Laden were doing the same thing.
I mean, he's just a regular guy mostly. That's what's crazy about it. He had like, I don't know, a couple of wives in there, something like that. He had a nice place. His house was nice until the night they dropped in there with 2 helicopters. And what happened? He said the lady thought it was thunder. Like the lady that was sleeping with Bin Laden, because it was Bin Laden, his kid, and his wife. And the wife wakes up like, "Oh my God, what is that? Is it thunderstorm?" I'm like, no, it is Delta Force. And they're about to come in here and get you. They got Navy SEALs as backup.
Is it wrong to feel bad for him and his family in that situation?
Well, the guy that was talking was saying, he was like, he picked up his gun. And he's like, the only reason he picked up his gun is because I was there at 3 o'clock in the morning with my guns,
Right.
you know?
That's right. That was just a reaction.
So, no, it's not bad to feel bad, especially if you think, did he really cause the shit to
Right.
happen?
Right.
Like there's all these there's too many questions.
I feel like as an American, I have to accept that he is the one. But dang, he was just
Well, it's Lee Harvey Oswald, man. It's the same shit. There's only one guy. We need one man to blame, and he's it. And even if he did do it, like, imagine if you were like, I'm going to blow up something, and 100 times before it was not that, like, damaging, and then this time you're like, all right, I got a plan. And then this plan just goes insanely well. Like, it's just like everything that you imagine happening happens that day.
damn.
You know what I'm saying? You're just like, all right.
Shit went off without a hitch.
Yeah, I'm not used to that. These guys are normally shit. Like, normally these guys are crap. They show up, they blow up the side of the building, nothing comes down.
Right.
This time they were like, dude, magically everything happened just right.
Right, dude.
And boom, we bring down the craziest thing in history. I guess aside from like the atomic bomb, because that is the most insane thing in history. Like people think 9/11, but man, when we dropped 2 atomic bombs on Japan, that is the most significant.
Oh
easily, I
my
think.
gosh, yes.
You know, it changed the entire world in a way. And this changed the entire world in a way also. But, like, it only furthered it, I guess, which is crazy to think, too, because American supremacy, you know what I mean? Like, we have to be the world leader in everything in our mind.
Well, that was a statement.
Dude, it's wild, man.
Because since then, I mean, who were we before?
Autonomous, I think. Like, I think we, just minded our business because
Yeah, we didn't have anything to offer culture or really. But dang, man, the involvement in that war, in those wars, I would say, helped.
well, yeah, because then we got a seat at the table. We got to decide worldwide what's what. That's how there became East and West Germany.
Damn, that's so fast. It happened so fast.
Like we made those lines. Same thing with Pakistan and Israel. That's why there's the thing. That's why it's the thing right now. Because I forget what religious person said it, but it's somewhere in the Bible that, and I don't know if it was Moses or whoever, but the Hebrews needed their own state, and that's when they made Israel. I think in what, like 1947, or I don't remember. It was somewhere in there, and Palestine and Israel, and they chopped it up, and the Palestinians, like a lot of them, still they were there still. Like they put lines over them. They're like, I guess we're here now. Like we're Israel now. You know, same thing as like in Korea, stuff like that. Like we got involved there, and now it's North Korea and South Korea, and they didn't make those lines. I don't think. I think we did. I think we helped them decide. Like, well, maybe we should just cut this line right here.
Yeah, we're good at drawing lines.
Yeah, it's bizarre. But after World War II, we really, like, we took advantage. Germany got chopped in half. And then we stuck our nose in over there for the rest of forever.
Yeah, man. My best friend was living in Germany when the wall came down.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
You imagine the people on the other side. Like, West Germany was, like, chill, right? They were like us. And then East Germany was the ones where Russia had them, well, the Soviet Union wasn't even Russia then. Soviet Union still. So there was way more countries.
East Germany was part of the Soviet Union?
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Yeah, like, there's pictures where they're taking the wall down, and there's just, like, 4 dudes standing there looking around the corner like, And they're all wearing green, like army stuff, looking all militant.
Walls, bro.
Well, you were talking about that song, so I looked it up, like Winds of Change, whatever, and they were talking about it. And yeah, man, it's wild because like it just all kind of coincides at the right time, Winds of Change, like I don't know. And he performed it at what was the Music Peace Festival in 1989. They were in what's the Moscow, okay, right? Because they said they couldn't play there before. They had to go to Leningrad and play.
Yes, they had to go to Leningrad.
So then they ended up gaining enough notoriety, I guess. They went to Moscow with like Motley Crue and Ozzy and all this shit. And yeah, and they played that song there, and people kind of already knew it then. So then, a year later, wall comes down, boom to boom.
Good job, CIA.
Yeah, man. Well, okay. Why does the wall come down? So we can own the rest of the country.
Yeah, so we can put military bases all over.
Well, it didn't turn into Russia. You know what I'm saying? Like, it became more Americanized. That's what we want to do. We want to make everything just like how we do it. Like, we're colonizing and people don't know it.
Yeah, it's fucked.
How many countries do we have bases in around the country? 126. Anybody else got bases in 126 countries? Maybe.
Damn, Britain used to.
Well, yeah, but they're ours now too.
India used to.
Like, America pretty much owns England anymore. I hate to have to say a bold statement like that because English people would be real mad at me. But, I mean, are there any British bases here? No, there's American bases in Britain now, right?
Is there?
I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. I don't know anyone who ever was stationed over there. But
Well, I thought near Rendlesham there was some kind of UFO thing happening, and I thought there were Americans involved with it. So I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. But okay, that's research for next time. I'll figure out. But we have bases literally everywhere, and nobody else does. There's no other country that has a base in our country, right? But we have bases in mad countries. How does that even happen?
no, you got to sneak in here and then, yeah. I don't know how it happens, but I can understand why other countries don't like us. There's no reason for that.
Well, the citizens, not the governments, though, right?
Yeah.
Like the citizenry knows what's really happening. Most of them, if they're mad. If you're mad about it, you know the reason why. It's because we're there in your business.
Yeah, man. Imagine, like, some foreign soldiers just, yeah, fuck that, dude.
That's what I'm saying. And it's embassies in most places, obviously, also. So you have the embassies, and then you have the bases where there's American troops.
How does Germany allow that shit, dude?
They have to. Like,
Because of World War II?
yeah, like, we pretty much own them, too. That's what I mean. Most of those countries over there, like, we support them with so much money. You know what I mean? Like, we're not just running our country, we're running other countries.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only explanation. It's the same reason why you can only buy oil in dollars. Like, if you run that, you run the world. That's why they killed Gaddafi. He wanted to make his own the dinar and back it by gold. They said, "No, you're not."
Damn.
Mm-hmm. And he was talking shit about the petro euro instead of the petro dollar. You imagine if they switched it to the euro, America would be screwed. Our dollar would be worth nothing.
Dang, I didn't know you could only buy oil with dollars.
Yeah, man, they call it the petrodollar. So any countries that buy and trade in oil have to have a surplus of cash. Like, they have millions of our dollars just to trade, you know what I mean, to buy oil with. I don't remember what it has. It stems back to OPEC, and whenever they were trying to go on strike and not give us any oil in the 70s or whatever. Remember the gas crisis or whatever, I forget what they called it. People had to line up and get gas and only on certain days and business like that. So that bleeds through to today. That's why we were able to get legitimately off the gold standard, because, this fiat currency is backed by the faith in the oil trade. You know,
Damn.
but if oil ever goes belly up and we have to start using who knows what, Tesla cars, then we're screwed. And people are rolling up. I guess we better call it a day.
Man, do you know what Hubert's Peak is?
No, what's that?
It's so this dude, he was talking about I don't know, I'm probably not awake enough to talk about it. But we've already used, I don't know, I'll look it up and then I'll tell you.
Oh, the oil.
Yeah, about oil. I have to piss. All right, bro.
All right, brother.